Are you a cheese lover? Do you love cheese?
Yeah, I love cheese.
You love cheese?
Yes.
So you a cheese lover? Now, are you a cheese lover?
I am.
Hello, I'm David Rosengarten. Welcome to Cheese 101. This is the blue cheese segment. Not everybody loves blue cheese, but when you get good blue cheese, it's really good stuff. I think maybe not everybody loves blue cheese because for many people, this is what blue cheese is. It's this white stuff in the bottle that you put on your salad.
Ew.
It's really terrible. Not that, if that's your experience with blue cheese, I recommend that you taste the real blue cheese. I've got here the bluest of blue cheeses. I've got really some of the greatest blue cheeses of the world that I want to show you. Most blue cheese everywhere is made by chemical laboratories create this mold, which is technically called Penicillium roqueforti, and then cheesemakers either mix it in with the curd or they inject it into the curd. And that's how it happens. There's no great secret. It's not like there's a special mold in the special cave of Roquefort or anywhere else. It all depends which mold you buy from the laboratory. First of all, well, we're going to start with Roquefort, because Roquefort is the one that is probably the best known. It's certainly the most expensive. Bah. This is the only one on the table that's made from sheep's milk. And you can see it's kind of an oily blue cheese. It kind of gets very creamy and sort of melts in your mouth. It's got beautiful, intense, tangy flavor. Very expensive these days. Another French blue cheese made in the center of France is called Faune d'Ambert. And it's not as expensive as Roquefort, but it's really, it's quite good. And you can see the type of veining that's in this one. This one, it's really very similar looking. I know that it's just not quite as intense in flavor as the Roquefort, but remember, it costs less. Now, another type of blue cheese entirely is made in Italy, where the famous cheese is the Gorgonzola. And you can have all different kinds of Gorgonzola. I today have put out one that's kind of sweet and creamy, Gorgonzola dolce, or some people call it crematificato, something with cream in it. Going to cut into this guy. And this guy is really, whereas Roquefort is oily, Gorgonzola is creamy. There's more countries that are important in blue cheese, but there's one more that's supremely important. Because the only competition that Roquefort has in the whole world for most famous blue cheese is this one. This is Stilton, which comes from England, of course, from Nottinghamshire. And Stilton, whereas the Roquefort is oily and the Gorgonzola is creamy, the Stilton is kind of relatively dry. It's aristocratic. And you can see that the paste is a different color. It's more yellow, and it's got kind of a dull blue, but it's got a very it feels English to me. It feels like, yes, we're having our Stilton in port, as opposed to, we've got the Gorgonzola. I mean, it's a whole different kind of quality to it. Interestingly, about 30 years ago, a cheese was invented called Shropshire Blue, made right near Stilton. This is it. They actually color it with some annatto or achiote. And so that's an artificial color. I mean, it's not, it comes from a plant, but this one is even more, Stilton has this kind of reserve to it. This is a Stilton-like cheese in texture, but it's got more of an intensity to it. I love blue cheese. Does that have all the stuff you look for in blue?
Oh, delicious. That'd be good on a nice salad. Some cranberry in there.
I like the way you think. You're a combiner.
Yeah.
You're a uniter, not a divider.